Welcome to an episode of the Global Investors Podcast. I'm your host, Charles Carillo. Today we have Jacopo Iasiello. He is originally from Naples. At 18, he launched a jewelry chain. At 22, he transitioned into real estate investing, mainly obtaining properties through short sales and auctions. And since arriving in Miami, he has founded several different real estate businesses, completed over 350 flips, and built his own real estate portfolio. So, Jacopo, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Charles, first of all, thank you, and thank you for your smile. And second of all, thank you for your last name, Carlino, like it's almost like it's Napolitan.
I guess my last name is, as we did the research, my family's originally from, like we were talking about before, Emilia Romagna, and my father's originally from Genoa. So we're Northerners, but I guess the name is Spanish, and they couldn't find where it went back after like 125 years. So who knows where that name came out of? You know what I mean? Records aren't that good. The Italians aren't the best at records. You know what I
mean? True, super true.
So tell us about your personal and professional background before coming to the United States and becoming a broker down in Miami.
Yes, really, like in a couple of minutes, what I from 11 to 17 years old, I play professional soccer in Italy in the different team. And I leave my house in Napoli to go to have this dream. 17 years old, I have a big injury where unfortunately, all my dream finish at 17 years old for the soccer, and from young age, I already have this passion to understand other human being, understand how entrepreneur create something beautiful. I am really attract to people they create something special. And, when I have this breakdown in my life, at 18 years old, I starting to understand what I need to do, what I need to go, where is my new life and what's going on. Thanks God, I have a beautiful, loving family Italian, where they support me in everything. It was going on. At 18 years old, I started to understand how becoming entrepreneur, and I opened my first shop with money from the Italy government. And I learned my first mistake I do in my life. The first mistake is location. What's going on? I opened my first jewelry shop in the worst place, and I go to sleep in the shop a couple of months. After 6 months, I go to sleep in this shop. Not because my family didn't want me, but because, I feel really hurt inside and I want to have this goal becoming true. And what's going on, I asked to my father, give me some money to reopen the shop. He helped me in this, and from over there I opened a chain of jewelry in Italy in different part of the country, and my company becoming a millionaire company over there. 28 years old, the world changed. We speak about the mortgage subprime, and what's going on. At 22 years old, Charles, I started to invest in real estate in Italy, in the business where I am involved now, over here in Italy. And what's going on, I started to buy property in the auction. I remember like yesterday, I make my first 34,000 euros, like something super big over there, and at that time too. And from over there, I becoming a passionate to real estate and everything. 28 years old, I starting to feel the problem about the mortgage subprime arrived to over there. What this means, market started to go really slow in real estate. And my business, where I have 20 shop, starting to lose revenue. What's going on? I am young, and I want to have more adrenaline. I am like love business. What's going on? I starting to research what's going from this other part of the world in Florida, and I see like the big opportunity in particular in Florida with the mortgage subprime. And I take flight coming over here. I don't know anybody. I don't have any kind of relationship, nothing. And I coming in here in Miami. In Miami at that time, really difficult, but in reality difficult because I don't speak English, I don't speak Spanish, nothing. And I'm moving in the area of Cape Coral, Naples, Florida, and from over there slowly I starting, and after I create more than 350 flipping. I have my portfolio of cash flow property, and and my broker company over here in Miami.
So when you're making that transition after the jewelry stores, why did you choose real estate as your investment vehicle? Because there's so many things that you can get involved with to make money and wealth.
The reality is this one. I read a lot, and the first book changed completely my life is the book about from Robert Kiyosaki. And what's going on, I see another completely world. And when I make at 22 years old my first 35 $4,000, I think about I make every shop I make around 70,000 euro net, and I'm making one deal only without too much work. 34,000 euros completely changed my mentality and my mind, and I started to love this kind of business. And I started to understand the freedom give this kind of business. The real estate business is the only business where really, if you create intelligent strategy, to have the possibility to live your life in the full 100%. This means for me full, Charles, have a beautiful relationship with your family, with your wife, fiance, whatever, and travel the world. This is for me what this means real estate. For me, real estate is more the professional, or is more for me is freedom, and this is giving me so much energy.
Yeah. So for people who are listening, 34,000 euros is probably about 37 or $38,000 US dollars, and that's more than what an average Italian. If I think they make like 3,000 euros a month on average, something like this.
Yeah, like less, the 2,200, 2,300, like something like this.
So when one of the questions I ask is because there's not that much immigration from Italy anymore in the United States. And as I understand this from my time being over there and spending a lot of time in Europe in general, it's a lot of it's become the EU, and you have a lot of people that left Southern Italy, where I understand there's less opportunity to go to different countries inside the EU. There's like 28 or 29 of them. I'm an Italian citizen as well, so it's like one of those things where you understand more about this once you become part of it. And so there's a lot more immigration I see into, as I've heard, into Northern Europe. Why would you come to the United States is what I'm saying, versus staying in Europe somewhere for opportunity. How did you see that Miami was better for that?
Really easy, because I do my research. What this means, 2008, 2009, subprime mortgage is ruined completely the market over here. Property, I buy property for $25,000. Now property value 500, 550, $600,000. I see, and I timing the market correctly, because I see the opportunity. When you see economic graphic, and when you see like really down about some kind of opportunity in one city, in one state like Florida, people, they don't see this, is they are completely crazy. It means like I see from the other part of the world, because it's impossible to don't see the big opportunity at that time here in Miami and in Florida.
Yeah, my brother was living in Miami and Coral Gables in '07, '08, so right around the meltdown. And so before this meltdown, you could buy newly constructed condos, maybe studios, small one bedrooms for $250 to $300,000. And I remember looking in 2009, and literally you could buy those, which is a couple years older, for somewhere between 80, 90, and they're sitting on the market, $90,000, and they're sitting on the market. So it was dramatically, I mean, Miami in general, there's a lot of hot markets, but Miami in general was really slaughtered. I mean, Florida was really hurt, but like Miami in general, there was so much building. I went to a conference in 2004 in New York City, and there was a firm there, an investment firm, and they were saying that they were selling pre-constructions, and they were saying that they would buy and sell the condos before it was built 3 times. Now, obviously, they're out of business now, but you can just see how crazy this was, and it got normalized over so many different years, which led to this. With that and mortgage lending, but it was, like you're saying, it was very tough down there.
And the beauty I want to share with you, Charlie, is like this. Human being, unfortunately, know a lot of human being, they are cooperative. When I arrive over here, for me, becoming really difficult because what's going on. I go around and, I am nobody over here. I don't know anything. And I ask to other people in real estate business. I remember like yesterday, two people where I understand like at that time is really the correct moment, because when people in general people, they are not really good in the heart what they do, they try to distract you. I don't know why, because human beings have this kind of characteristic where they told you the opposite to do what they do. And I remember like yesterday, these two CPA, one CPA, I ask, he have like a portfolio of property for himself, and I tell, hey, what do you think about this opportunity over here anymore? You possible share with me some kind of info to working with some kind of broker or realtor, good and whatever. And he told me, no, the market is completely finished over here. You don't timing the market. We speak about 2011, the best year in real estate to buy. And thanks God, I am really resilient. I have a perseverance in my life. I continue to research. I continue to create my knowledge, and I started to invest. And thanks God, I have the right to invest at that time.
So one of the questions I have is because you're in a really hot market down in Miami, and you're a successful real estate agent down there. How have you been able to really differentiate yourself and kind of build your business, build a niche for yourself, versus, the hundreds and maybe thousands of other agents that are definitely in Southeast Florida and predominantly in Miami?
First of all, I want to share with you something. I don't, my heart really is 99%. I feel investor. 1% I am a broker. What this means is means like my knowledge about how find deal, how create deal is related to business relationship I have. Plus, I am specializing in luxury market. What this means is means like I really detail specializing what I know and what I serve to my friend slash client. What this means, I am a lot of time involved in deal with them. I have the majority of time like part of LP or general partner in some kind of project. And in the deal where is luxury property in over here, they know I have a really good connection with multimillionaire and billionaire I create during my real estate life here and in Italy. What this means, I try to really share some kind of property only and only with people that have the possibility to buy. I really create a niche where I shine, because I connect with first of all with the other human being, and after the business is coming.
Do you have money sitting in the stock market and you're worried about it? Or worse, you have money sitting at the bank, not keeping up with inflation? My name is Charles Carillo, founder and managing partner of Harborside Partners. And since 2006, I've been investing my money and my family's money into income-producing properties. These are real assets, real properties with real addresses that produce real cash flow. At Harborside Partners, we provide passive investors who love real estate with a turnkey investing solution. If you want to put your money to work in real estate but can't find deals, don't have the time to get funding, and the last thing that productive people want to do is manage real estate. We find the deals, we fund the deals, and we manage the tenants, the termites, and the properties. Partner with us at investwithharborside.com. That's investwithharborside.com. Go to investwithharborside.com. If you love real estate, you like the idea of passive income, and believe that income-producing properties will appreciate over time, go to investwithharborside.com. That's investwithharborside.com. So talk to me about kind of what you're as you said before, you're mainly an investor. That's your mindset. Talk to us about your portfolio. What does your portfolio look like? And is it luxury or is it different?
Okay, like how I build my portfolio. I build like slowly because people they tell you real estate is the place where you becoming a multimillionaire from one day to another one. I don't know how they do, but personally, is not my experience. I already coming with money over here. Within this completely different, but my strategy is related in three parts. I have one part is flipping. It means I buy property, fix and resell. Which kind of property I buy? Wherever I find, wherever is located correctly, wherever have the correct number to buy. Second of all, I buy land positioned in area where I know, but not because I know, because I do professional research. I go to a public record. I understand the city map and everything. Where I buy land, I keep this land and I resell or I build something on top. Third one, I buy property for cash flow. It means like I try to have this kind of characteristic when I buy property for cash flow. First of all, I want appreciation. Second of all, I want the cash flow. Third of all, I want the exit strategy. What does it mean for me? I don't see only the cap, but I see these three possibility. It means if I wanna sell the property right away, this property need to give me the money back plus the surplus. A lot of people they are only focused in one. This means if they do flipping, they will do only flipping. They don't have any kind of exit strategy. If they do cash flow, they do only cash flow. They don't see the exit strategy to resell the property. It's important that this is I see a lot of people make big mistake because is this business is nothing else to relationship and calculate correctly the number. That's it.
As you coming here and seeing deals from kind of Italy and then coming here, and what were the main differences that you have found between real estate in Italy and real estate here in the United States? Maybe the people you work with, maybe the market in general.
Completely different, and I explain why. In Italy, we have something really characteristic, really beautiful, and I will share this gift to the people, to the American people. If you make money over here in United States, go to live over there in Italy, and you will have a mansion, a beautiful property for 4,000 euro, 5,000 euro, where you, if you want to have something related similar over here, maybe you will pay $25,000. And this is reality. What's going on in Italy, the price of the property is over here and the rent is over here. What this means technically, when you buy a property in super good area, for example, in Napoli, Posillipo, or other area, Chiaia, you will buy some kind of property for $3 million and you will rent this property for for $4,000, 3,500 euros. Sorry, what this means you have like cap rate, not no cap rate, and this is the big difference. It means over here you have the possibility to really generate your money if you know how you invest. Over there it's more difficult and it's more less protection respect of here. Here, if you have some kind of problem with the tenant, thanks God we are in this beautiful state, Florida. We in 3 months, sorry, in 1 month and a half, 2 months maximum, if the people they want to fight with you, you leave and you vacant the property. Over there, you take, probably 1 year.
I understand over there too. They usually sign leases for 4 years. Is that correct?
Correct. They sign for 4 years, and the state protect a lot. The tenant.
So, as being a real estate investor is difficult anywhere, even if you're born here in America. I mean, being an immigrant adds a whole nother level of complexity to it. I mean, how did you have to change your mindset to be successful during this whole transition in your life of a new country? And like you said, it's a completely different market. You pretty much had to relearn everything you probably knew from real estate in Italy.
Yeah, I want to tell you two versions. One is the before I arrive over here in United States. The second one is the one I learn now after many years in United States. I want to tell you the first one. The first one is like, I need completely change my mindset. I need, completely understand the difficulty. I remember I sleep on the floor one time in Brickell, one my first house I buy. I live, where I have difficulty to communicate with the people from FPL to connect the light. This is means, really sleep in the floor and almost cry, because it's completely another world, it's another completely concept about how is the human being communication working here in United States, respect at Europe. Now, related to real estate, I learned something important. Real estate is the same in each part of the world, and you will tell me why. And I explain why. Technically, in real estate, we have property tax, insurance, and value of the property, and cap rate. These four things working everywhere in each country and in each, all, and the law is almost similar. Is similar in United States, is similar in Italy, is similar in Dubai, which is change how the state applicate the law. This means if you have some kind of problem over here, you have some time to resolve problem with the tenant. If you have in Italy, other time. If you have in Dubai, other completely different time. This is what I see now. I see like real estate really is a global easy, really I believe this easy play, where easy area where you possible play if you have the rules. Imagine something. I remember, 20 shop I have, and I remember I need to speak with many employee every day. I need handling a problem. I need, you know, real estate is completely different because give you really the game is more clear and you have the possibility to improve, because if in some kind of business like multifamily, you know better than me, is really scalable and give you the freedom to live comfortable,
For sure, for sure. As not being as it being difficult, but on the other kind of on the other kind of on the other side of it is, do you find coming here as an immigrant as also a benefit, having maybe a leg up on natives that don't maybe see as much potential as you do, coming here and seeing kind of how everything works versus what you're used to?
Yes, it means I see big difference. A lot of people, or American people, they have, this country. I'm so proud to stay over here, and I live part in Italy too, because this country give you until now the freedom to do wherever you want, and you have clear rules, really clear rules. If you make money, you organize correctly to pay the tax, and the tax you pay you see everywhere because the government working in particular in Florida correctly. In other part of the world is not the same story. What this means is like mentality is everything. People is coming outside, see something different, respect a people born over here in the United States for only one reason. If you understand other kind of government, how they work, how you need to really pay attention on everything, your mind is completely expand and see it completely different. And people over here, they don't see, but this country is the most beautiful country to stay for the business side. For the human being relationship, I think so. Italy is the best.
How do you like the food here versus Italy?
Honestly, I have really fortune because I have my fiance. She's a super good cooker. And I try to use only organic product. I take care a lot of myself because it's the only body I have, only life. And if I don't eat correctly, when I have a really strict diet with my nutritionist, what it means, I don't do strict diet because I wanna appear like Brad Pitt. It's not this is the goal. The goal is another one: is have my full energy every morning when I wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go after my goal, to follow all my dream. And because when you becoming comfortable, sometime you are lazy. I don't want this. I have the same energy or more with more experience, like when I starting my business at 18 years old. Now I have 40, and I have more energy and more like energy inside to connect with other people, other human beings, to create something beautiful together.
It's funny. One time I was in Europe, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I mentioned to someone we were on a farm with a friend's family that owned a farm there, and I mentioned organic, and they had no idea what I was talking about, and they were like, What are you talking about?" It wasn't Italy; it was in Eastern Europe, but they're like, they kept on making fun of it because they had no idea. They couldn't understand what the difference was, and that's what we do in America.
Charles, what I want to share with you something. Really, the food, and if you ask me, this is the savor. The is completely different from over here to over there. It's true. What this means, if you eat something over there, you feel the flavor, because if you know how buy, okay, the correct product to over there, you find really the difference. And because we have only one body, this is the message I want to share too. It's really important where you eat, what you eat. And because over here is a lot of processed food we have, unfortunately, in this country.
Yeah. One question I had before I let you go and we kind of wrap up here is that in Italy, I've done research before into what it would take to buy a house there, and one of the things I found, which is normal throughout throughout the world, not so much in the United States, and we had this new ruling, yourself being a realtor, where the buyer fees and all this stuff, and this is a normal thing in Italy where a lot of the buyers, as I understand it, pay for their own agent. How do you see this changing? I mean, if you're working with international investors, maybe they're used to it, so it's not as much of a difference. How do you see this changing or differing from what's happening now here in the United States?
I think so. This one, realtor slash broker, they need to change their mentality completely. Okay, if you add the value, think about, I am investor. Okay, if you coming from me, I have one property to sell. Okay, and I have my realtor. If I am investor, I have some owner of the property, I will be completely stupid to don't give your commission. Okay, what this means is means this one. Unfortunately, this new law create a lot of problem in the market, and I understand for the realtor and for the broker, but they need to think about something. When you have in your hand the buyer, okay, and the buyer is related in some way to you, because believing you in your job, in your service, in what you do, you have the control of the game. Because when you have the buyer and the seller, you have from the other sides, in particular in the market where it's go really slow down, you know, or the seller don't have the capacity to reflect correctly. But if you bring a client, they will give you the percentage. All these big bubbles coming because because is a really I think so it's really unfair now with this law, because realtor, I know, working really hard, and buyer realtor and seller agent, they do both their part. And I think so they need over here nothing will change drastically like in Europe. In Europe, we born with this differentiation. But over here, for many years, the real estate working this way, where you have a buyer agent, seller agent, commission. And I don't see, and this is what is my experience now too in the market. A lot of the realtor, they text me when I have property in the market, you pay the commission. Yeah, absolutely. Why I don't need to pay your commission if you bring me a client? I will be stupid, you know.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So as we're wrapping up here, what are some common mistakes maybe you've seen real estate investors make over the past decade or so?
Two things. First of all, they don't calculate correctly the number of the purchase and of the renovation. And in the same category, they have too much emotion. I don't care about emotion about when I do business. It means I care about only the number. Second of all, they don't have exit strategy. All my purchase I do what I think, or when I work with some friend / client, what I try to share with them is the investor mentality. What this means, if you want to liquidate immediately the property, you need to have the possibility to liquidate immediately the property. Exit strategy in real estate is everything. When you buy for flipping, when you buy for cash flow, when you buy for flipping, if the property have some kind of problem, you need to rent it out and you need to have some kind of percentage cover what you purchase. The second of all, when you buy for cash flow, you need to try to understand, okay, it's the cash flow, the cap rate is not only everything. You need to try to, if you sell the property, you need to have the possibility to make money when you sell the property. And people, they don't have exit strategy. This is the two big mistake I see.
Yeah, no, those are two great mistakes to bring up there. So as we're wrapping up here, other than being persistent, what are some of the other factors that maybe have contributed to your success over the past couple decades of professional life?
Yeah, I need to tell you something. Really is important timing the market. Timing the market is not easy because we are not trader. And who do the trading, the day by day trading, they lose every time. This is a statistic. It's not my idea. But timing the market, timing the business is everything. What it means the other day when I am in the podcast with Rockcliffe, he told me, wow, I opened to shop the jewelry, but I don't have really good, I don't make really good money. And I tell my opinion because timing is everything. When I open the jewelry / buy gold, it's the time perfectly to do this kind of business. The same when I coming over here in United States. Quindi for me, I think so the big success is try, not the timing at the perfect time, but, to find a business or in, the moment to invest in certain kind of area, in certain kind of moment.
Yeah, perfect. Great advice. So how can our learners or listeners learn more about you and your business?
Yes. First of all, I want to share, I have like my coming on book, Healthy, Rich, and Happy, will be the 15 December 2024. They possible find and pre-order this book in www.healthyrichandhappy.com, where in this book I share, all strategy bring me to have the possibility to create a good life for me and for the people I love. What this means, I create one method called MPB, meditation, prayer, biohacking, and exercise. And the second part of the book is only about real estate. How find where find and which strategy use. And another place where they possible connect with me through Instagram in Jacopo Iasiello, my name, last name, investor broker. And over there, I share my good energy, my information, and my open heart and to everybody,
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. We're only an hour or so apart from each other, so we should meet up sometime and have a great rest of your day.
Charles, thank you. I really appreciate and thank you to invite me on this beautiful show, okay?
Yes. Hi, guys. It's Charles from the Global Investors Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you're interested in getting involved with real estate, but you don't know where to begin, set up a free 30-minute strategy call with me at schedulecharles.com. That's schedulecharles.com. Thank you.
Nothing in this episode should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Any investment opportunities mentioned on this podcast are limited to accredited investors. Any investments will only be made with proper disclosure, subscription documentation, and are subject to all applicable laws. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of Syndication Superstars LLC exclusively.